Hey, hey. So, unfortunately, in the cheat engine episode that I made, I managed to kind of destroy my settings and saves. So, my German campaign is dead. And I'm back into the game. And it's no coincidence that I'm on this screen. Because I was save scumming to get to this state where I have a Mark 1 8-incher in the 1900 start. And there's a reason for that. But I can also say that I also figure out that the initial seed of the campaign seems like it's stuck for every on the initiation of the game client. So I had to log out of the client, like close the game, and I also, for good measure, deleted some of the files in my save game folder. Because otherwise, I would get the same result every time. The research state would have been the same, and the progress would have been exactly the same. So I was pretty certain that the seed was set. But anyway, I wanted to manipulate this start so I could get the Mark 1 8-incher. And there's a good reason for that. And that reason is if we go to the battleship Mark 5 hull here, you see this lower gun decks here? This is the 8-incher. Notice that I can put it in two of them on this lower deck. If I had gone up to the Mark II, and normally I always want to upgun my guns, like go up to the second next mark all the time. But with the Mark II, I can only have a single gun, and I have to mount it centrally. So, like this, I am able to get twice as many guns, and that's better than having a slightly better gun. Now, I have been going over this design a few times, and as much as I would have preferred to have, one extra deck or one extra slot here for the 8-inchers, the weight limitation is just not adding up. It's a lot more efficient to just stay like this, because otherwise you have to downgrade your armor so much. It's painful, to say the least. And the question is, where should I put my speed? I think 22 might be a good number. Oh yeah, that's true. If you don't put out your main guns, you will see that this area that's marked there, that's your perceived like main belt, and where the citadel is. But if you put out the guns, you should be able to restrict it somewhat, even if this design forces the guns to be at the extremes. The question is, which gun do I go for? I think the 12-incher is probably the best bet, but I know I'm going to be lacking in terms of weight budget here, so the 11-incher might be better for me. And the reason why I'm going to be lacking in terms of weight is because I am going to abuse the 8-inchers in this campaign a lot. So it's better to save some weight for them. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just put this out first. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the accuracy of this gun. At this age, we're probably going to be fighting at like 2.5 thousand meters. It's 3 now at the moment. But watch what happens when I upgun this and increase the length. It jumps up to 22. That's a huge gain. It's probably a lot more than it should be, but this is essentially going to make these guns really, really pop. They're going to be really, really good. So I find that to be better than having good main guns, to be honest. I might actually have to go down to 10 inches as well, just to have the weight budget. No. Look at this. The 10-incher is 44 L44, and this one is L54, so it's definitely better to stay at 11 inches. And obviously, we're going to be increasing the size of this as well. I could go dual on these as well, but I think I'm going to be so stretched for the weight here. I'm not even sure if I can keep the speed. And I probably have to sacrifice a lot more armor as well. 19. I'm not sure if I can keep this kind of... And this is not what is slowing me down. I wonder if I can make this slightly bigger and get some weight that way. This is rough. I probably have to sacrifice some armor here. I'm not really gaining too much in a specific weight doing that. Okay, it seems like deck armor was the main culprit here. I shouldn't go below 10 on a battleship. Probably 5 and 4 is way too little here as well. I need to find a weight somewhere else. Yeah, these are a bit heavy armor though. Maybe 13 is a good value here. Oh, she's going to be slow. But I mean, this is 1900. That's, very acceptable even then. So the question is, what kind of secondary gun am I getting? Obviously, apart from the 8-incher. Unfortunately, I can't put the 8-incher on top of here. I think a good trade-off on top of here is the 4-inchers. They have pretty reasonable accuracy and fire rate, and they're still pretty light. For the ones mounted on in the towers, I'll be just be using 2-inchers. Although this is already at the extreme of what 2-inchers can really help with in this age. As soon as the torpedo boats disappear, they're not really that useful. And we don't have airplanes to care about here either, so... Okay, what is the accuracy here? 1.6 at that range. And, oh well, it doubles, so that's quite worth it. I don't think I'm going to do much more with the engine efficiency. This funnel, it adds a lot of smoke interference. I'm not actually getting more funnel capacity from this, just getting more smoke interference. So I can go down one step. But at this efficiency rate, I think I don't think I'm getting any reduction in my range. If I can just find it, yeah. Look, I'm still getting a % bonus to operational range, so it's okay. So let's see if I can just balance this. Okay, this is as good as I'm going to get by the... It's going to shift by too much going over here. And I can't push this one any further back. Let's just add some armor and call it a day. Yeah, this is good. I think we have a fairly decent battleship here. I mean, I know that the single gun 11-incher doesn't really look like much. It's not really much either. But for 15 million, I feel like these 8-inchers, they're really going to put a lot of hurt on the Germans, which I hope to fight. And the question is, how many of these can we have? Not too many. I think I'm going to go with 12. That seems reasonable. And I'm going to be very careful about building my shipyard size because it has really been haunting me at times. So I'll be waiting one turn to just check how my finances are before I do that. And we can check the tech tree. I know I'm going to be getting the Mark II 8-inch gun pretty soon. And unfortunately, then it will invalidate my design, so I can't update it. But for now, we're just going to be living off the fact that we have the twice as many 8-inch guns. And let's just, keep that going for now. Stereoscopic rangefinder doesn't really help us much until we get better guns anyway. So I think what we can do is to try to hope to get a Mark III 11-inch. Or one of the other guns as well. I preferably want to get the 12-incher one, but to do that, I need better armor, for sure. And what is the final priority? I think I probably just want to rush to Dreadnoughts. So let's see. I started just looking at the German borders here, but of course, we're not playing in Germany right now. Let's get the ships over to this side so we can. Let's just spread them out. It is possible that the Austrians start harassing me as well. Yeah, the Austrians, they really don't like me, huh? And in terms of budget, I'm really over budget already. By a lot. There's only one way to solve this, and I'm not touching the tech budget, by the way. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I don't like to do that. I need to harass the Austrians and just get into a war. Okay, it feels kind of awkward moving stuff out of the Eastern Mediterranean and ordering others back in there. But we gotta do what we gotta do. You guys can go to Nice. Oh, I don't have a lot of headroom in my budget at all, actually. I'm glad I didn't do that. Okay, I have to do it just to survive the initial turns. But it's only temporary. Okay, let's just do our darnest to harass the Austrians. They're the ones who's going to go to war with me the soonest. Why are the Brits pissed at me? This doesn't really make any sense. We did get better boilers for our battleships, which is nice. And there's the Dreadnought in 2 turns. But looking at my finances, there's no way I can afford that. Unfortunately, it's the 10-incher that we're getting the Mark III for next. So that's a shame. And we know this is the Mark 8 or the 8-incher Mark II. It seems like the small guns, they always work sequentially. But the big guns, they can jump around on any available gun size. Kind of weird. What is the... Oh yeah, we're going to war pretty soon. I need to just up the crew training and hope they're not rookies by the time, or cadets by the time we go to war. And wise from previous harm, I'm going to gather these guys into a bigger death ball, because now the Austro-Hungarian is sending us a declaration of war or an ultimatum, but we are going to war, so that's not. It doesn't really matter anyway. And in this case, we're already going to war with them, so it doesn't really matter, but I can reduce some unrest for some prestige, which is nice. Okay, Dreadnought design. We're not going to be looking at it right now because we have a battle coming up. But that's, I think Dreadnought, like Mark III, is probably when they really start getting good, but I can't afford spending time rushing that right now because I think, yeah, this is what I need. The central firing control. There's so many mechanical computers that comes in control station around this time, and they're extremely good. Let's see. And now we have a lot of money since we're at war. I mean, hooray for being at war. Okay, we're getting a meeting engagement here, and it's probably going to be a big one. Yeah, this is a very big one. 6 enemy battleships and a lot of escorts. It's kind of going to be like a baptism of fire for my ship design. I mean, technically, I think they're going to be working out all right, but I haven't really tried them. Not in the campaign, at least. They're green, so at least they're not cadets. Let's see, they are to the west, so we'll spread out like this. I think we're pretty quickly going to figure out if the speed loss from going to battleship instead of battlecruiser is worth it. But I feel like I had to make some changes from the previous campaign, so it doesn't, it's not all the same. This is a torpedo boat, but I feel confident that he's going to sink before he gets close to me, or he's going to give up. What did I say about me feeling confident there? Can I avoid it? Ooh, really? Well, I have to get her out of here. The worst part, I heard it launch, but I didn't think it did. Well, she's thankfully not going to be sinking from that. I still can't see the enemy, though. Oh, there we go. There we go. So this is a heavy cruiser, and this is a battleship, probably. Yep, they have 12 inches. It's not too badly damaged, actually. I mean, it's I can make it just follow this battle line here, if this would work. Okay, there we go. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Okay, so there's not really too much variance in this hull. So it's they got 4 12-inch barrels and a lot of 5 inches. And I think I should focus on letting the 8 inches eat up their escorts first. I'm getting a 20% chance to hit this guy. It's not too great, but this is also only a heavy cruiser. Probably going to be better at the battleships. Let's see if we can't just sink the heavy cruisers first. And I probably want to keep my distance to them because they don't really have too good of a accuracy. So if I can stay at this range, that's really, really good. Their cruisers are capable of getting through my my citadel. That's not a good sign for my main build. But I feel like I'm going to be eating them alive. Okay. It's not really, you know, it's not melting. I have 3 enemy battleship on him, but they're green, so you know, cut them some slack. Okay, we're switching over to one of the battleships now, and we sunk a heavy cruiser, which is the first casualty. Well, I'm not sure if it was the first casualty, but it's the first, you know, bigger ship. Let's see if we can sink the Miskolc as well. Okay, listen. Who touched you? Who hurt you? It's mostly the 8 inches. Which is kind of what I was hoping on, and I really love this when they sail in the way and get hit by something else. So he's turning away from us, and that means, yeah, the Languedoc, you need to move this way. They're coming for you. And Ocean Group can come this way. I kind of wish the cards here were colored and there was this flag above the ships so I could easily see which group is which. Okay, I think the 8 inches, they're actually doing pretty okay for the veterancy level here. It's just that this is such a huge enemy force, and I am just slightly faster than their battleship, so I could potentially just escape now. But it would take a long, long while. And I just now discovered that I had the 5 times speed available. Well, that torpedo boat is toast. That was a 4-incher. No, it was a 12-incher. I mean, that would 2,000 damage would have been a lot for a 4-incher. And there were 2 of them as well. I'm still a bit concerned about how I'm going to kill off their battleships. It's no problem with a smaller caliber if you outnumber them or are better than them in some sort of way, but I don't feel like I am, at least not in, you know, big killing power at the moment. So I might just need to kill off their screens and disappear. I have done a lot of damage to the Budapest, and they haven't really done too much to me. So maybe this is going to work out after all. I might not be able to sink all of them, but at least if I can get one or two of them, that's, you know, a pretty big deal. I don't think the AI really handles the situation when you start sending your ships in multiple directions at them. But to be quite frank, I don't think most players do either when the AI does it to you. His torp range is 2 clicks, and with the limited traverse of his launchers, I don't think he's going to torp me. Although I already made one mistake regarding torps so far. Well, he is certainly firing his torps. He certainly is. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. How do I do this? Like this? He doesn't have the speed. I'm going to get hit, and I hate it because I saw it coming and I thought it didn't matter. Oof. Luckily, it's not an engine damage, so it'll be fine. Thankfully, the one thing I didn't skip on was, you know, anti-torp and double hull bottoms. Okay, the Cannon Prince is starting to take a lot of damage. We can shift back to the Budapest. And you guys, you can... Well, the Cannon Prince has this angle now, so it's better to finish off the Budapest instead. And the worst part, I'm not even finishing off this cruiser. Well, he is sinking though. So at least we'll be able to get the Budapest. And the Crown Prince we can probably finish off later. It doesn't seem like... I mean, they can damage me. Like, look at this. My entire ship is like green to them. They have... they don't really seem to hit me that much. Even if they have pretty good accuracy. They have the same accuracy as me. 14%. Maybe I'm just being lucky, and then when I get too confident, they're going to hit me. I just feel it. Okay, the Budapest is sinking. Let's change target. Something bothersome is over here. I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. We have bigger ducks to sink. They have their fire divergent here. Who should I focus on? I want to turn in behind them, so probably the one who is already in the process of turning around, which is the Crown Prince. And the Radetsky is having a lot of issues. I feel like I'm playing a dangerous game here, but this is sort of how line battles went during the age of Steam. This is pretty dangerous. Okay, let's see if I can get the Rudolph in the way. Yeah, already one hit, but it's not too bad. Leoben finally took a drink. Okay, where did you flood? It's in the front section. Okay, that's not too bad, but you should get some range. Fighting these battleships, I'm starting to feel like I maybe should have had better main guns. But I'll be able to fix it once I get better armor tech, because then I can get a lot more weight back. And hopefully I'll be able to upgrade my gun at the same time. The thing is, though, I need to do this before I research the 8-inch. Otherwise, I'll only be able to fit one. And that's at least for keeping the ships I have now. Any further ships I'll be building are going to be, well, by necessity, they have to be Dreadnoughts, because everything else has been invalidated, obsoleted. I'll stay on the HE. Seems like that's doing real wonders on the Albert. Okay. What happened? I alt-tabbed, I think. I was kind of scared that my game crashed or something. I didn't really pay much attention to the finances of the Austrian player, but I have a feeling that losing 6 battleship in a single engagement and a lot of screens, that's not going to be really good for the economy. This is a real Jutland battle, that's for sure. And they're all gone. I mean, there's probably a cruiser or something out there, but I'm not going to chase him down. 2 surviving cruisers. And they lost 8,000 crew, that's a lot. I'm still missing the tonnage lost there, but that's okay. I'm pretty satisfied with this battle. Yeah, so after only one battle, they want to. They didn't really mean it. They didn't really want to go to war anyway. But the thing is, this is how I get money in my pocket. So I'm just going to have to continue fighting you guys. It's how I keep my boys, fed and in a happy mood. Okay, so let's check the Austrians. Due to playing on a higher difficulty, they do have a greater GDP than me. But this is this was a very bad engagement for them. And it looks like we're soon going to be able to fight the Germans as well. It might be that I just had to kill off the Austrians and then shift my fleet over to the Germans ASAP. I can't really tell what kind of fleet they have. They have a lot of ships though. So it'll be interesting to see. When I have this much money, I might actually. I should probably build this, but it doesn't tell me how much is this per month. Do you have to divide 96 million by 24 to figure it out? Why can't it tell me? Like, I know right now that I have 6 million. Do you have to break out a calculator to do this? I mean, I don't really need a calculator to do this, but it's still, you know, it's not really something you should have to do. This is probably like 5-6 million a month. I should probably do something just in the middle here. Okay. I think that's enough for one episode. Just all the design and the first battle. It was a big one. That's enough for the first episode. So I'll catch you on the next one.